Have you ever wondered why some people seem to naturally grab someone's attention while others get overlooked? The truth is, it's not really about looks or luck. It's about understanding and using connection techniques that truly spark interest. These aren't just ordinary compliments or cheesy pickup lines. They're methods that tap into what really grabs someone's curiosity. Today, I'm going to break it all down for you. Remember what Will Rogers once said? You never get a second chance to make a first impression. That first impression starts with how you interact. The key is knowing how to spark a sense of mystery, interest, and fun without trying too hard. When you use the right approach, you'll leave a strong impression that stays in their mind long after the conversation is over. So if you're ready to step up your game, stick around. I'm about to share some of the most powerful connection techniques that people can't resist. These strategies will shift how you interact in every conversation. Step 1 is to welcome humor. Mark Twain, the famous writer and humorist, once said that nothing can stand against the power of laughter. Humor isn't just about making someone smile, it helps break down social walls in a way that compliments just can't. Humor shows confidence, cleverness, and a relaxed control in social situations, traits that people find very appealing. When you're trying to build a connection, making someone laugh is already half the job done. Step 2 is learning the art of playful teasing. Light teasing builds attraction early in the interaction. It's about playfully challenging someone, showing you're not easily impressed by their charm. All of this is done with a gentle tone. The important thing is, it should never feel mean or rude. Think of it like jokingly pulling their leg. This kind of teasing shows you're confident, and it creates a special chemistry that many people find hard to copy. Fine. Stay away from the usual compliments. Take a second to think. When you talk to someone new, do you fall back on tired phrases like, "You're really pretty," or "You have a nice smile"? Most people do, especially when they're nervous. But the truth is, those lines don't leave much impact. They've heard them all before. What people really want is someone who makes them feel seen, not just admired. When you go beyond surface-level compliments, you send a subtle message that your standards are higher and they need to bring more than just looks to win your attention. That's what makes this method stand out. Try creating a memorable vibe. Picture this. You flash a small grin and say, "You know, I don't think you and I would ever work out." You're not turning them down, you're creating a playful moment. This type of light teasing makes you different. It evens the playing field, so it's not about one person chasing the other, but both people enjoying a shared moment. You're fully involved in the interaction, while most others are nervous or overly careful with their words. You're creating a vibe that feels light, easy, and a bit flirtatious. And here's the important part. You're showing them that you're confident enough to have fun without putting them above yourself. You're letting them know that you see them as equal, not someone to worship. But be careful. If you tease too much, it can send the wrong message and come off as annoying. If you push it too far, they might think you're just playing around or not interested. That's not what you want. But when you balance teasing with genuine interests, you become someone they can't stop thinking about. Why does it work so well? Because teasing, when done right, creates a fun kind of tension. You show interest, then step back just enough to keep them curious. Now they're asking themselves, do they like me, or are they just joking around? That's what draws them in. They want to figure you out, and the more they wonder about you, the more emotionally connected they become. Let's talk about how laughter builds trust. Here's something most people miss. The one who can make someone laugh even when they're feeling low is someone they're more likely to trust. Why? Because it shows emotional awareness and strength, traits that really stand out. When times are tough, people feel safe with someone they can trust. And trust, especially during vulnerable moments, creates deep emotional bonds. So lean into humor and real connection. You'll be surprised how much it changes your conversations. Now let's talk about mirroring. Body language is incredibly powerful, and mirroring is like a secret trick that helps you connect without saying a word. Imagine you're having a conversation and without thinking about it, you and the other person are leaning in at the same time. Your body language starts to match like a quiet little dance. That's the beauty of mirroring. It's not just copying. It's about creating a silent connection that feels almost magical. When it's done smoothly, mirroring can become one of your strongest tools in social situations. Imagine this. You're talking with someone, they lean in, and you find yourself doing the same. Suddenly, you feel drawn to each other. There's this subtle exchange of energy that builds connection. Isn't that kind of amazing? Oprah Winfrey once said, "If you want to connect, lean in." And she was right. Leaning in shows you're present, and it helps spark that deep, natural connection we all want. Add a small head tilt with steady eye contact. It may seem like a tiny thing, but it says so much. It shows that you're really there, paying attention, and genuinely interested. The beauty of this is in how simple it is, yet it has a powerful effect. Just be aware that if you glance around the room or stare over someone's head, it sends the opposite message. It makes them feel like you're not really interested. Scientists have studied this, even using slow-motion video to capture micro-movements between close friends or couples. They found these small signals, quick nods, finger twitches, little expressions, help our brains feel closer to others, even if we're not totally aware of it. It's like our mind is saying, "This person understands me." And honestly, isn't that what everyone's looking for? So why not try it? Next time you're in a conversation, mirror just a little. When they lean in, you lean too. When they smile or nod, respond in kind. It's not about mimicking, it's about gently reflecting their energy. You'll be surprised how this subtle trick can deepen your connections almost instantly. Now let's talk about switching up the roles. Imagine you're chatting with someone and they feel drawn to you. There's a little tension, a touch of mystery. What really keeps them hooked? People are naturally attracted to a challenge. Not the kind that's stressful or uncomfortable, but the kind that's playful and keeps things interesting. When you create a bit of a chase, it makes them more invested. Think about this. That reversal creates a flirty tension that feels fun and exciting. The trick here is to keep the mood light, never too serious. Timing matters a lot. Let's say someone's talking about their favorite hobby. Maybe they love painting or cooking. Instead of saying, "That's awesome," but don't throw in these lines randomly. If the mood is too serious or formal, playful teasing might fall flat. Instead, wait until the vibe is easygoing and it's clear you're both having fun. That way, they'll understand you're just being playful. This works because it shifts the attention. Now they're working to win you over, which makes the connection stronger. Think of it like this. Real chemistry happens when there's a mix of tension and ease. You want to keep things unpredictable. When you say something like, "I bet I could bake a better cake than you," during a casual chat, you're creating a playful competition. You're showing them you're not just there to flatter, you're an equal. And now they feel a little pressure to prove themselves. Anthropologist Dr. Helen Fisher has talked about how playful competition can increase romantic attraction. She says that kind of flirty teasing sparks dopamine, the brain's pleasure chemical. It creates natural attraction and makes the moment memorable. That's why teasing works. It adds excitement, keeps things fresh, and makes you more interesting to the other person. But again, balance is everything. You're not trying to outdo them or make them feel small. You're just confident enough to make fun of yourself a little and tease them in a friendly way. It's a back and forth rhythm that builds chemistry and keeps them thinking about you long after the talk ends. Keeping it light, fun, and playful makes the moment feel special. So what will you do next time someone talks about something they love? Will you just nod and agree? Or will you throw in a cheeky challenge to keep things exciting? How will you mix a little tension with fun to build that spark? And finally, never forget the power of your eyes. Have you ever really noticed how strong a single look can be? Just locking eyes for a second can say more than words ever could. Eye contact is a powerful tool, and when you know how to use it, you'll see how quickly it creates a deep connection. People, especially women, notice way more than most people think. Even before you speak, they can often sense whether you're really there, really interested, just from how you look at them. Interested? The eyes don't lie. They reveal so much. Whether you're confident, nervous, genuinely curious, or just feeling things out, your eyes give it away. But here's the thing. It's not only about looking. It's about using eye contact in a controlled way. You want to meet her gaze long enough to show interest, but not so long that it becomes awkward. Picture this. You're in a grocery store. Across the aisle, your eyes meet hers. You hold that glance for a few seconds, pair it with a soft smile, and then calmly look away. That simple action sends a powerful, silent message. It says, "I notice you and I'm intrigued." What's so interesting about this is how it sparks curiosity. As people, we're naturally drawn to things that aren't immediately obvious or easy to read. That brief moment of eye contact followed by looking away adds a sense of mystery. It's like opening a door just enough for her to wonder what's behind it. People, especially women, are often attracted to a bit of a challenge. They don't want everything handed to them on a silver platter. They want something that keeps them thinking, something that pulls them in emotionally. Using eye contact this way hits the perfect middle ground. You're confident, but not over the top. Interested, but not needy. That's incredibly attractive. What really makes a difference is when you break eye contact at just the right second. Suddenly she's wondering, wait, why did he look away? Was he interested or not? That little bit of uncertainty makes her curious. Now you're on her mind. This isn't just guesswork. Behavioral science backs it up. Studies show that eye contact can activate the brain's reward centers, making people feel more drawn to one another. Albert Morabian even said that 93% of communication is nonverbal. That means your eyes are speaking for you before you even open your mouth. And that's what makes it so powerful. Controlled eye contact helps you build tension, spark interest, and form a connection, all without saying a single word. Keep your cool, stay relaxed, and let your eyes carry the message. People are much more tuned in to these small cues than we realize. It's not just about being seen, it's about being felt. It's about making her wonder, and that's where real attraction begins. Keep it going during the conversation, and you'll feel the shift. Flirting is like a dance. You take one step, she takes another. Eye contact pulls her in, but it's the rhythm and timing that make her lean in closer. It's knowing when to look, when to smile, and when to leave a bit of mystery hanging between you. As Will Rogers once said, you never get a second chance to make a first impression. He was right. When you understand the art of eye contact, you give yourself the best shot at making that first moment unforgettable. Sometimes you don't need to say a word to make someone feel something. Just one glance, a pause, and a bit of mystery can spark something intense. Have you ever thought about the impact of just one look? It might be the most overlooked skill you'll ever master. Now, let's talk about the classic move: push and pull. It's a time-tested technique that works by mixing moments of attention with a little distance. Think of it like a dance. You take a step forward, then a step back, then forward again, all in a playful rhythm. Push is when you act a bit distant, showing less interest for a moment. Pull is when you come back in, showing warmth and attention. The idea is to keep things interesting by making her wonder where you really stand. Let's look at a few examples. Try saying things like, "You're trouble for my sanity," or "You've got me all mixed up. I might have to keep my distance." Or maybe, "The way you smile, you're making things hard for me, you know." Lines like these can be used in person or over text, and with a little practice, they'll feel natural. The trick is in watching the interaction and keeping it fun. There's also a deeper part of this technique that most overlook. The emotional ups and downs can make things more exciting. Playfully creating moments of anticipation, surprise, or even slight frustration can actually increase attraction. When someone feels a mix of emotions, it triggers dopamine, the same chemical that lights up our brain during thrilling experiences. Women especially respond well to this kind of unpredictability because it keeps things emotionally engaging. You can get good at using emotional push and pull, where you bring her closer and then gently pull back. You create a connection that's difficult to forget. Let's say she feels like your interest is at a 6 out of 10. You tease her a little, pull back, and then raise that feeling to an 8 or 9 later on. It's all about managing emotional highs and lows. As Mark Twain wisely said, the secret of getting ahead is getting started. That holds true here. Getting good at push and pull starts by learning the rhythm and keeping things respectful. Always keep it playful, positive, and never overdo it. Push too hard, and you risk seeming uninterested. The strength of push and pull lies in the emotional effect it creates. It's not about playing mind games. It's about keeping things lively and emotionally charged. So, next time you're talking to someone you're attracted to, think about how you can bring a little push-pull into the mix. Give her a gentle push, then pull her back in with warmth and charm. Now here's another one. Create a moment, then step away. Ever notice how the best shows end right at the cliffhanger? They leave you wanting more. You can use that same trick in conversation. When things are going really well, she's laughing, smiling, the chemistry is strong. That's when you exit. Don't wait until things slow down. Be the one to end it on a high note. Say something like, "I wish I could keep talking, but I've got something to take care of. Let's continue this later." You're not shutting things down, you're leaving her hanging just a little. Enough to get her curious about what might happen next. This method works because people are drawn to what they can't completely have right away. Anticipation is powerful. It fires up the brain's pleasure system and makes her look forward to seeing you again. You're creating suspense, and suspense is magnetic. By guiding how the moment ends, you leave her thinking about you long after the conversation is over. She'll remember how she felt and want to feel it again. As the old saying goes, always leave them wanting more. Let's not forget the power of a simple touch. Have you ever thought about how much a light touch can say? Our brains are wired to read meaning in every type of touch. Whether it's anger, affection, fear, or comfort, we can often pick up the message with just a small physical gesture. Studies show we understand the meaning behind touch with about 83% accuracy. So, what are you saying when you touch someone? Is it a light tap, a firm handshake, or a gentle brush? When it comes to attraction, touch can say a lot more than words. There's something called the 5-15 rule. It means try to touch the other person 5 times during a 15-minute interaction. Nothing big, just a playful bump, a brief touch during a handshake, or a quick pat on the arm. When done naturally, even a soft touch can deepen the connection. Let's go even further. There are 3 H areas that often build closeness. Hands, hips, and head. Imagine laughing at a joke and briefly brushing her hand. That little contact builds warmth. Or if you're walking through a crowd, a gentle hand on her back as you guide her through. It shows care without saying a word. And then there's the head. A light touch on the shoulder or a playful tap can make things feel more personal. Next time you're in a moment like that, think, what kind of message am I sending through my touch? Could a small gesture shift the entire mood? Mastering this skill is all about being subtle. Sometimes the smallest action has the biggest emotional impact. When it all comes together, eye contact, push and pull, timing your exit, and thoughtful touch, it's not about tricks. It's about real connection, confidence, and knowing how people respond emotionally. When you use these tools with respect and authenticity, you don't just attract someone, you build something meaningful. And never forget, your greatest strength is being real. That's what leaves a lasting impression. If you found these ideas helpful, please consider supporting the channel. Like the video, subscribe, leave a comment, and turn on the notification bell for more. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.